What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. For me, it is 7 days until the full launch of the game, which will mark a new Let's Play starting, so this one's going to be ending relatively soon. They did also release a patch today that updated guard AI. They should be much better at chasing us down across the map, as well as the buffed Dade, so my hacker is now even stronger. I also remembered to buy some new programs, so we'll cover that when we get to the hack itself. We've got a Infiltrate and download ready to go here for Origami Joe. This will almost make him limit break. When this mission's done, we'll sell him some kind of blueprint, get him up to 80, and hope that we can start his power play. The goal will be to at least get through a power play storyline or two before the end of this run. Maybe I'll skip around a little bit and push farther forward, but essentially we're getting pretty close to being complete with this one, because I definitely want to start with full release. Alright, we are in right away. Actually, I'm going to already set an F10 because there's no opening dialogue, which is normally what you get. No opening dialogue in Infiltrate and download. This is atypical. Maybe not a bug. Alright. We'll see if they feel that way or not, but it is atypical, so I'm going to send it in, and we'll see what they want to do about that one. We'll wait till the thing pops up, and then we'll move on and actually play our mission out. Alrighty. Well, welcome to Cyber Clinic, everyone. It's time for an Infiltrate and download mission for Origami Joe. We've got actually a good number of moderately upgraded enemy types here already. Power level 8 Blooder, who's got an Urban Assault and Shrapnel Grenades, which is scary. We're thankfully away from line of sight here, but we don't know what they're going to do until we reveal them, so let's go figure it out. Look ahead, and we'll hit these two. Yeah, because I can't get these two, so we'll put it here. You are probably not scary. I can't imagine you're going to see us if you turn left and move around. But also, I'm kind of happy. Well, let's see. Let's figure out pathing first of all. So we've got a Matrix host here. We've got a gold key room there that we clearly want to open as well. And then a host there as well. And they both actually hit a lot of stuff. I'm thinking the primary play is to start by going left, start the host as fast as possible, split the team to go here, reconvene, go here, and then we'll just like grab this loot, and then, well, we could choose to not grab it, of course, but we'll kind of figure it out. Worth noting that we get money if we're fast. That's fine, but I think this is higher EV than maybe 2 boxes, but if it's 3 boxes, I think it's not realistic. And honestly, if we're getting this host, I think this box is easy. So we'll skip this box if it fights the term limit. And then as far as gold cubes for kills, sure, let's do it. I think that's fine. But anyway, you know what I might do actually is split one person down here and have the rest of the team go this way. I'm feeling comfortable enough sending 3 this direction that we will let you stand still, we'll let you walk over, and that'll help someone do like a gun kata or some kind of full auto, and it'll look a bit nicer. Let's go ahead and do some delays. You are heading towards this, which is actually fine, makes it easier for me. Double checking leverage, we can turn off cameras, which I don't need for this turn, but I'll wait and do it for that turn probably. No, you're not moving anywhere, don't do that. Okay, you're standing around, and then we can delay a bit further and let the Blooder go. Alright, as expected, you're patrolling where we thought you were going. Need to get this kill, but it shouldn't be too bad. And the shift is dragging. Well, it's about to get really spicy for you. Sorry. Yeah, let's go as far forward as we can. I have to go pretty far to get them both in the full auto. Actually, you're going to be bad at the full auto here because they're pretty far apart. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's see, if I step back to here, this is kind of, this might just be enough. This arc looks just barely good enough. So we're going to pretend that this is going to be okay. If I'm wrong, whatever, I'll throw out a stun or something. It's fine. Okay. In front of a couple new guards. Just going to make sure that the UI is updated. It is. 3 can hear. Sadly, it's not quite good enough. Oh well. We're just going to shoot. It is what it is. We'll clean it up down the line. It's fine. Shoot at you. We get the crit. That's nice. We steamroll the team. And I can only yield a bit here. I can only yield behind upsell. So I think I'm going to do is just throw down the stun now and say, look, we'll figure it out later. Someone else will get this one. Let me just kind of run up and get progress going. So I'm ready to hear. You can kill this guy with the bat, no problem. It shouldn't be a big deal. I'm going to have upsell yield, though I have the rest of my team handle this a bit more quickly. So let me try to get somewhere where I have line of sight on you and I don't get seen. That seems to not be likely. I mean, the fact that you're seeing this way means I really have no way of hiding from you. So I'm pretty sure I'm just walking up into like full-on view, and it just is what it is. Okay, you know I'm there, that's fine. No one else get the gunfire. Right, you're a whistler, so the accuracy sucks here, which means I really want a shuriken wave. Which means I'm gonna walk up to here. Actually, and you're also, oh no, you're in low cover, so I need to move even farther. If I go here, this will probably break the cover. We see more guards, that's fine. Shuriken wave gets some minus evasion, which is good here. And then now you are, yeah, inside optimal range, which is unfortunate, but it's the best I've got. I think we're just going to full auto this, and hopefully Rhino can clean up. If not, I'll be really sad, but we get at least glancing hits. You're low. Alright, Rhino. Yeah, you're still facing this way, so let's see. If I get to here, I am outside your vision cone, and I have a shot. It's probably not the highest shot, because you're probably going to be under low cover for me. 95%. Alright, cool. Surprise target because she is hidden. That is what I really wanted. So it's a guaranteed glance. In fact, it's basically a guaranteed kill. I'm going to burn skill shot here and get the AP back. Down you go. And now, I get all the buffs here, right? So I killed someone who didn't know I was there, right? So I got to get quiet kill. I got fleeting because fleeting right now just pops off everything. It doesn't actually matter the conditions, so I get a bunch of bonus accuracy, I get some crit chance, and it's feeling like I should just shoot this guy and let my CK rejoin a bit earlier. Turns out Nest would have been pretty good, but I think I'm going to save Nest for something around here. So if I crit, he's dead. Yep, okay. Well, we got what we came for. Now the one difficulty is I would have to waste a lot of AP to not end my turn in a bioscan field. I don't want to have that happen. So I'm going to... Oh, I can't even yield back to upsell. I'd have to trigger the laser wires. Damn. I don't really want to generate 10 tally or 6 tally from the bioscan field, but I really don't want to waste my turn. Okay, you're going to be the one going and grabbing this box then. And we'll have the CK turn around. I just really don't want to waste the AP, and I don't want to trigger a bunch of... Actually, you know what? No, this guy's not killable. There's no way. Yeah, okay. Darn. Sucks to suck, but we're going to go here. And I might actually have someone disable this pressure sensor and have her grab this, but I think not. I think we're going to turn back around. Alright, and then upsell can get all the way over, but we got to be careful that we don't get revealed. Now, our initiative rolls are all good, so I'm not too scared of this. But I am kind of running him all the way up and being like, you're going to be fine, right? I mean, you're at 16, you're at 16. But I've only got this guy and my EX, but my EX can smoke at worst. So I think I'm allowed to play this aggressively, and it's okay. It's a bit of a risk, but I think it's fine. This will turn back off when I leave. Yep. And then these shots aren't worth it, but I can group up my team, have plenty of action points, and be okay. I'm going to use my leverage for this camera. Actually, I could use the action point for it. Also, I want to start hacking, so I ideally don't want to have to do much combat on this hacker, but that might not be my choice. Anyway, you should be rolling fine initiative. Yep, you did. That's good. +2 tally. Yep, nothing else special going on. Alright, Rhino is not in any danger. Walk you up to the box. Get the stuff. Great. Okay, we got another blueprint there. I'm going to have you keep going this way. I think going through here is not worth it or needed. You'll just come up this way, it'll be fine. This host turns off some things, but not all. Yeah, I think going this way is correct. We'll backfill this team over here. A lot of AP spent for a box, but I did get a level, what, 4 or 5 weapon blueprint, which is worth it to me. So if I do a short yield, that puts me at 16, which will still get me ahead of those guards. Let's Spanner run up and try. Spanner's action point count is not particularly high. So I'm going to start here. And realistically, these guys are truly threatening. They're in spots where they can... See, I can't... Oh, wait. No. No, I can't get it. Okay, it's fine. We'll go here. Yeah, so the tough thing is I really don't have a way around this, like, correctly. So I think the plan is literally, like, run up here, throw down smoke. They'll react to seeing smoke, I'm pretty sure. Here, we'll aim it this way, because my hacker can move next turn. Or like, you know, in a second. And that'll be fine. So I'm going to run you one step into the smoke. Wait for the guards to have their turn, then we'll figure it out from there. Yep. He sees smoke. He's like, hang on, something's wrong. You are right, something is wrong. He's going to be basically unhittable. But at least he's over there, which makes him slightly... Oh, yep. So, they're like, why is there smoke here? Let me figure this out. Yeah, I don't think I played this one quite right. I'll be honest. I don't like this feeling. Yeah, you're basically touching one of my teammates. Yeah, and if Upsell shoots, he's gonna... Yeah, if Upsell moves or shoots, he's gonna wake people up, so... I'm not sure I made the right choice. If I instantly crit, I think I kill you. The odds of that happening seem kind of low. I am curious about initiative rolls, so I think... You're patrolling that way, it's fine. You're over there, that's fine. I really don't want Upsell to have to waste his turn, but I have nothing else to do. I'm just gonna turn this camera off twice. Just like basically keep it hella disabled. And it'll be down for like 4 turns as a result. But yeah, if I move, they hear me, and I'm just gonna choose the stealth option. I don't know if I should choose the stealth option, but it's what I'm going for here. Again, this might be totally wrong. Okay, he rolled well. You don't matter. You go relatively early. So my CK needs to run up, basically, I'm gonna have her run up to here. She's in line of sight. And I'm gonna pre-compute myself so that I can go first. And I think the odds of me getting usurped here are very, very low. Yeah, okay, I literally can't roll below him. So reports of smoke. Yep, makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna go for damage here. This should be pretty good. 45 to crit, which means I'm likely to crit at least 1 bullet. 400 damage, but you're not dead? Sir? Okay, I'm gonna do something a little funky here. I'm going to look ahead, which, actually, yeah, this guy can be stunned but nothing else. But this now allows you to go after my EX, which means my EX can, let's stand here, I'm gonna stun you. Right, I'm clearly in stun range, right? Clearly in stun range. Okay. Let's walk there. And I'm stunning you to just make you not have to do anything. We get our loot. There we go, cool. We got the Kaza Heavy Rail Dart. So we can actually buy a Kaza Rail Dart from the imported weapons, which is a pretty good SMG. This is the first crafted pure damage SMG, which is quite good. So because you're stunned and my EX goes next, well, goes before you, I should say, I feel safe to just run up here and start hacking. I'm going to be heard. I don't care. And I'm not worried about... Actually, I should have been probably concerned about your patrols. I should have waited, but it's too late now. I'm not going to waste more AP. We start our hack. Matrix Snoop is on. We've got a decently sized host here. We've got leverage to eventually knock off cameras. We've got leverage for IO and Matrix AP, so sure, let's hit it. So we'll load the normal stuff. I finally bought Disarm 2, which is worth it. I also bought Decoy. So Decoy volunteers to be unloaded, so instead of losing out on Scan 3, which is 140 IO, Decoy only costs 80. It also gives me shield and armor, and gets me some IO back while loaded. And so it's like really, really low cost and pretty effective overall. So again, I'm willing to tank Tally more than the connection health, so we'll go here. Connection use must be taken down. We scan. I'm gonna go and like investigate. Okay, nothing special here. These all kind of suck. I'm just gonna null up and move on. I'm gonna go this way and then go down here and see if I can turn down some alarm units, because there are enough that I care about where it's just worth doing. So let's go here. Damage to connection, then Tally. Program loading not... yeah, it looks like it's worth taking down. Load this up, keep going. There are a lot of these units, but oh well. Okay, yeah, see, I lose Decoy. Unload, exit, any action, load a program. Okay, it's not a big deal. So Tally and any action is like just not scary. So we'll go here. I'm going to try to not load any programs, but I know I need to exit at some point. We scan, we see more active ice. Looks like I have to get rid of active ice somehow. So I gotta get rid of everything. Load and exit. Oh no, I have enough actually. I forgot I had both of these here. So I will load Decoy, because Decoy seems worth it. Was a bit wasteful. Oh well. Damage and action. Any action damage. Yeah, these are all in action. Let's just null-op it. We lose some deck health. Not a big deal. I'm just going to hack a bunch of them. I'm not going to bother reading. I don't care. We'll get the rest next turn. I lose decoy. It's fine. Alright. So next turn, we'll spend more AP doing more, and then we'll make our way up here and get more done. Seems fine to me. We still need to clear out all of the hosts, as that is the actual objective itself. This guy needs to be killed. Guaranteed glancing it seems just fine. Great. And then now I can go wear this guy down. Hit chance kind of sucks without moving, so I might want to go to somewhere like this. Actually, I should wait and see what this guy does. You're heading back, but you're going in a straight line. You're not checking in on the room. Rhino needs to get all the way through. Looks like she can. Great. Yeah, I'm just going to run you all the way over. Seems good for you. And then you're stunned, which we know about. Excuse me. And let's go ahead and just try to get the range a little bit nicer. So I'm going to walk you to here. Because his smoke... Wait, what? Isn't it your smoke? Do we have to be inside of it for it to work? Oh, he can shoot from... Yeah, oh, I see. When standing inside it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see out of this cloud when standing inside it, or shoot at target standing inside of it. Okay. I did not realize that was an interaction. That makes sense, though. I understand why it would work that way, but I just didn't know. It's my first time doing that, so now I'm inside of it, I can shoot. Okay, cool. He can fight from inside his own smoke. Got it. Which is tactically very strong. Wait, reports of gunfire? Wait, how would there... Wait, did someone else hear his SMG? I could have sworn... Huh. I guess I can go back and look at the footage, but... You know what? It actually might have been too loud and that guy heard it. That guy might have heard gunfire. I'm not sure, though. Okay, that part's done. Let's move forward. 2 per action is good enough place to load decoy. I've got enough tools to handle whatever's here. Let's see. Unload on any action. Damage to any action is not a big deal. I have a lot of deck shield. So this is basically non-existent. In fact, my shield's so high, I'm going to ignore this entirely. So unload, must get rid of that. Download an account, get rid of that. I'm just going to tank this every time because I'm losing 1 deck shield and I have 47. Like, I'm not going to bother using programs for that. I need to get rewinded. I forgot to use rewind on my character in the previous turn. I'm going to leave this up. I don't care about that spice. Oh, I did not... Right, no, sorry. I'm ignoring that. Program loading, I can maybe skip. Maybe I can't. Nope, I'm fine. Out we go. AP cost connections must do both. We scanned the neighbors. We got to load everything up again. I don't have to load Deception right now, but I'm doing it. I'm actually... Let's see. I want to minimize the number of escalations I get. So if I go to the CPU early, I might underflow. Yeah, I'm going to waste a little bit of AP. I'm going here, and the reason is I can underflow, and now I have a, like, 80 IO, or 80 escalation buffer, which allows me to go here. And yes, it means I had to path a little bit extra, but I believe it makes things overall easier for me. I'm not going to load any programs. There we go. Manifest 1. What was yours is mine. Pay data downloaded. There's more to find. Don't let the sec AI slow you down. Keep moving. Got it? Alright. And then we can go here. And we've got exit the node, download access, damage to connection. Okay. I'm not going to exit the node the conventional way. Transport manifest part 1. File by file. We're taking what we came to get. There's more to find. Keep going. Alright, not bad. We got some pretty high value accounts. There were no other downloads to take. So, space 1 is a success. The goal is now to run over here when we can. I will use rewind before I forget. It's useful as a turn. You have a turn, which I don't care about. You are unaware. Yeah, wait, why would there have been gunfire? I'm trying to, like, look at... Yeah, so 2 enemies reported gunfire. Spanner killed 1. 1 reported gunfire. It was a stunned guy. And we got a bunch of tally for that, so... Huh. Maybe there wasn't actually anything really happening, because, like, I think the amount of tally I've gotten is consistent with 2 people saw smoke, and it's been 2 turns of... Actually, no, I'm pretty sure... Okay, Erroneous report of hearing gunfire. I believe a stunned bad guy reported hearing gunfire. I'm pretty sure I got 2 tally from Jibo reporting on me despite atomic stutter. I could be wrong about this, but I feel like the math lines up as I would have I'd have 9 tally from ending 3 turns. And then I have 3 more tally than that, which maybe was just from smokes, and I'm just wrong. But it did say that the Sec AI reported gunfire. So, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm wrong, right? It's totally possible that I am. That's what it felt like. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to yield and wait for... Yeah, you're walking closer. That's fine, though. You didn't get woken up, which is why I don't care about you. You're stunned. I'm going to have you... I can't yield a good amount. I guess I can just walk all the way up here and it's fine. I'm afraid of you seeing stuff. Okay, I need to hide here then. Behind the wall is safe. I might not be in rewind range, but I can still use rewind at some other point in time. Not a big enough deal. Let's try to get this kill. Decent damage. Reload. Shoot again. We got a full hit and a glancing hit. It's kind of nice. His camera's still down for a while. End of next turn, so we're chilling for a bit. If I run to here, am I in range to use rewind? Yes, I am. That seems correct for me. I want to put this on cooldown as soon as possible so that I can get it back again later. There's always a world where I need to rewind somebody at, like, turn 10 or something. Not unlikely, but possible. Or not likely, but possible. There we go. That's the phrasing I wanted to go for. I'm still hidden, so I get a stealth hit here. No one else can hear the gunfire, so this should be a kill. I'm trying to get out of minimum range because he's 12 meters out, and you can see that range is minus 81%, so that's definitely not her. Stand here in the hallway. Can shoot Garth later. You're still stunned for the remainder of this and next turn, so I'm not worried about you. Decent enough turn 4. Not the best turn 4, but decent enough. Your patrol is turning. You're on the way. Nice. Okay, so you found a corpse. Okay, so this is the AA update they made, which is that very frequently guards would only spend 1 turn following directions, then would stop and go into the hunting logic. They're now much more likely to keep going through. And so yesterday this guy would not have seen this corpse, but today he does, which is good. Like, this is like, they should work this way. Congratulations, good change. But now corpses are going to generate a lot more tally without cleaning them up because these guys get sent around. And, you know, to hearing gunfire or bodies getting, you know, the timer's running out. And so, yeah, cool. We're going to get an escalation this turn unless we can kill him, which, possible. I could try to chase him down. For now, let's see what's going on with everyone else. These guys are all untagged. I might have you go Tactical Surge. And I'm probably going to stun this guy and chase him down. So I'm going to run to here. And I don't want you to report this body. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to try to crit you. It'd be great if I do. If I don't, I can stun. But 45 crit chance. Not quite a kill. If I reload, I can't shoot, so I've got to go for Atomic Stutter here. And I can't reload either. So all I can really do is be like, well, I had my turn. Go me. If I was really paying closer attention, I could have stopped here, swatted him once, then gone here and shot. But whatever. We'll clean this up next turn. No AP left. I think standing here is fine. Yeah, I'm just going to stand here and I'll yield in case there's something funny going on, but realistically, I'm just going to spray you down. Down goes another guard. I do want kills, after all, for gold cubes. It's of some value. You're patrolling back. Almost saw my guy, but didn't. Fortunate for me. Alright, it's time to be a little bit more active now. So, you won't see the body. I want to kill you, but I'm going to delay and have my other team clean this up first. So yeah, you're going to end your turn. You're done. Spanner can walk up and get something. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, go here and full auto. Seems fine. This guy might move, but he's at 14, so I'm not in a rush. Really poor damage, actually. Okay, Rhino can try, but I need to get pretty far away to get a good shot here. So if I go here... I get 19 meters, which should be good enough. I'll have 6 AP, which is enough to get decent damage here as well. Yeah, first shot looks decent. Obviously, she's hidden. If she crits, it's great, but I have very, very little stealth crit damage. If I nest, I get a ton of stealth crit chance. But do I want to nest for 1 kill? I think the answer is yes. Because I mean, we're probably getting the kill on the first shot, but it's a coin flip if I crit. Okay, I didn't. So that means I'm going to use Rapid Ready. Rapid Ready gives me the reload, which gets me to save 3 AP here. We knock him down. We get a kill. We get a bit of move speed as a result. This guy's probably not going to move. We're going to start walking up with our bit of move speed. And then upsell. I think it's time to use our... Because I want him to sprint all the way to the host. Even though he can't quite start the hack this turn. Well, if I'm only knocking down 1 camera, I'm going to save the leverage even longer. Because I'm truly only knocking down 1 camera with this. For now. I will still find use for the leverage, I'm sure of it. There's an exit right there, which is funny. So we can, like, take this hack, grab this, and leave. There's also possible reinforcements spawn right there. I think it's very unlikely. There is some logic around reinforcements not spawning directly on your troops, but I don't know what that range actually is. 2 of the guards who are spawned are being told to move. Sure. That totally makes sense. Body timers expire, so we get more tally from that. That's probably why they're being sent, actually. Alright, I think no matter what, I'm always going to walk here and try to start downloads. Get as close as I can. That should hopefully magnet in. And we can start, or continue rather, the hack. I did get rewinded, so I have a lot of my stuff available. This is a relatively easy to deal with host. Let's get decoy, let's get disarm. Let's go. Tally and damage to connection health. Again, yellows are easy enough that we will leave tally up. This looks annoying enough that I have to load Deception 1. Let's see, unload any action. Program loading disabled, download. Okay, this is fine. Again, I have a ton of deck armor thanks to decoy. And actually, yeah, so I have 2 armor from that. I also have a bunch of deck armor from his new passive traits. So, Deception U. I still actually might just ignore this entirely and just go block the download, go here. Program loading is maybe skippable. In fact, it is. We can just take this down. Tally and connection use must be taken out. Here's the CPU. I'll do it to kind of alleviate some space here. Bam, null op, scan, spike. We have passive and traps there. That's easy enough. Download, load a program, load a program. Got it. Don't load any programs. Transport, manifest, part 3. Pay data in the hopper. Get the last stuff down there. 2 per action, but don't load programs there. Okay, I need the programs to load here. Let's see. Do I want to take down more devices? I think the answer is yes. So I'm going to go this way. But I need more passive disruption. But I'm actually tempted to see what's there anyway. Because it's likely going to be fine. I have 1 active destruction, which is enough. So I'm going to go here. And it is, yep, damage to connection. I'll drop program. Actually, I'll scan first. There is 1 passive there. So I have to drop program loading so I can reload this. Then knock this one down. Actually, smarter would have been to try to load another program, but I had no IO left, so it wasn't going to happen. As far as leverage is concerned, yeah, we still got the camera stuff. Alright, well, you are done for now. You should be done during your next turn. Unique needs to finish this kill. Unfortunately, they're going to hear the gunfire. Crap. I mean, if I go to these barrels, I'm hidden, he'll die, and I can figure out the rest later. Yikes, that's kind of crap. Well, it's the best I've got. I don't want to leave this guy awake and in combat, because, you know, he will surely run past some other guards and give out info, which I don't want to deal with. Look ahead, you guys. Where are you all headed? Towards the corpse, straight towards me, and looks like, yeah, they're both headed this way, and then you're heading right towards me. You won't catch me this turn, but I might care about something at some point. If I hide back there, that's pretty unsafe. I'm not willing to do that. I'm willing to do that, maybe. No, it's too unsafe. Nah, screw it. Caution to the wind, baby. Time to get my Cyber Knight killed. Surely you won't get seen, right? Clearly what happens here. So still on patrol. I don't know if the guy runs forward or not. I should make sure I'm in cover. So it's kind of a waste of 1 action point, but let's make sure I'm not getting caught here. You're fine where you are. You are running forward. Okay. Yep, cool. Sec AI in your ear, but you're heading that way. Ah, you found a corpse? Okay. Well, you're going to start hunting around and try to figure out what's going on around there. Makes sense to me. You're going to keep waiting. Oh, I can't keep waiting. Well, you already had your turn, so I guess we can... I think this kill is very playable. Let's see, what's the min range on my SMG? It is 6. Okay, that's completely chill then. That's going to be no problem at all. Walk here, shuriken wave, shoot, reload, shoot, something like that. You're going to see me. Oh, I'm actually behind the wall just barely. Shoot. Decent damage here. Reload. And somebody's running all the way across the map. That's just your patrol route. Okay, fair. Second shot's going to be okay here. I could have reloaded first. That might have been better, but oh well. I got lucky and still crit though, so it's fine. Other guards move. Am I in danger on the Cyber Knight? Hopefully I'm not. You found a corpse though and ended your turn. And you're going to walk over to the side. Now, of course, right, waking her up and be like, hey, be really afraid. There's literally a corpse here. How did the rolls go, by the way? You got an 18 and my CK's at 15. Yeah, she's getting caught. And by the way, this is a wildfire. They have some real damage. They can go full auto. So how do I save my teammate here? Spanner has to book it over here and throw down smoke, which you can. I think Spanner should have the cooldown. He's got the cooldown back. He's gonna sprint right here, and I think I can smoke over walls. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that. We'll see if I'm wrong, and that will keep her safe. So I'll be fine. I want to not get seen by the camera, and I want to not get seen by him. This will briefly go through the circle, but then get back out, and I should be fine. Yep. Just barely. That shot's guaranteed. See you, nerd. Down you go. Gives me several of my buffs. So I've got hit streak on again, but the more important one is popping the rest of these. I've got quiet kill and fleeting up. I think it's basically if you get a stealth kill, it works. That appears to be how it actually functions. This is down for a little while. I'm going to hide you in this corner here, make use of my movement points. You probably get woken up by people having new stuff going on, but I think she'll be safe over there. I could be very wrong, but I think she's not going to... This whistle's not going to turn to the right, so I'll be okay. Orders received, indeed. Oh, Spanner's going to get spotted. He's going to get spotted for sure. This guy's going to get shot at. You're going to walk up. You're going to see him. Stop right there. I guess you end your turn instead. The game is gracious enough to give me that. Yeah, if I go there, smokescreen clearly has the range. I want to not get seen by the camera. So I'm going to walk one tally up. Should be in line crawler range. Walk the rest of the way up now. And throw smoke over the wall. Hopefully I can. I actually have no idea if I can. Looks like I can. That's good news. Let's put it somewhere like this. That clearly blocks my character. Great. Alright, you're going to hunt. You chose a wall. Probably not the best idea. You would have totally... No way I got lucky and you hunted to the right. That's wild. Well, I'm safe. You're hunting, sure. Alrighty, so I want to go up here. I need to load anti-actives. And we're going to go knock down a bunch of devices here. A lot of stuff. Remote controls, use a program... Okay, tally is next important, but again, I can just keep tanking those with my deck shield and deck armor. So, use a program, go away. I guess I could have left this up because it's 10 damage once. Block the tally. I'm going to run out of deck shield eventually, but... I mean, I'm hitting this so many times that it's probably worth taking down. 1 per action is not a big deal. I'm going to leave the camera up. I'm just going to take everything down because I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to think. I don't need to have to think. It's fine. Turns out I don't have very much use for the leverage. Didn't know that coming in, is what it is. We can keep moving. We have plenty of AP left to finish out the hack, though. Tally and connection use. Come down here. It's 1 trap and 1 passive. I'm going to risk what's here. Let's see. Load a program with both the traps. Yep, we're chilling. And so here's the last one. Transport Manifest 4. As always, done in style. Upsell, we stole what we came to steal. That's the entire formula at hand. Origami Joe will be pleased. Let's get you out of there. Total success. We can extract now for full payment, or we can pillage the zone for profit. Well, you can disconnect. You've got a good number of action points left. I'm going to have you come here. Let's see. We're not in much danger of getting caught just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and stand there, and it should be fine. I'm gonna have him grab this, then come out. We'll have somebody grab this one, probably. But we'll kind of stay split up here with an exit right there. We can take, yeah, we can stay split up and it should be fine. We should have the tools to make this work. That's what I'm betting on. You are in combat. We need to kill you. I'm not guaranteed this kill, though. I don't need to use some initiative manipulation, probably. I'm going to put you here so that you have hard cover before the fight, and you also break her cover. I could go for a Concussion Grenade or Medicloud, but I think... Here, I'm going to do a yield. I'm going to have my CK try to run over and be helpful. That might not happen, but the goal... Okay, this should be fine. So I'm going to run away from you. Let's see, what if I ended here? If I don't get very far, I am still in range. Okay, so here's the goal. The goal is duck for 1 AP. That gets me out of your earshot range, probably. You should no longer hear footsteps. Now I'm going to run. I'm going to run to 1 AP shy. With my 1 AP, I'm going to pre-compute my sniper. This guy is still a real danger. They're hunting. That's going to be a concern at some point. But I pre-compute Rhino. End my turn. Rhino has to be a little bit worried about you, but I think for now it's fine. I'm going to run you here. And I'm going to shoot you with a sniper rifle. You got lightly spotted, but not fully, so I still get stealth crit because you weren't, like, full visual confirmation. 50% chance you get one shot and die, 50% chance that I don't crit you. One shot successful. And look at that. Very, very little tally, only a bit from seeing corpses. Turns out pre-compute was not needed, but I didn't know that. More reinforcements right behind us. Another decent group. Now, I'm not going to see any new corpses, but they are going to keep coming in from behind me. So let's see. Do I need to be worried about you? A little bit. I might just run down there and... I might just... Here, I'm going to run to here, I think. And the reason I'm going to go there is I think you're never going to get all the way up here and see me. But you might get here and see me. And you actually probably don't count as in smoke, but I don't think you're going to turn the corner. But this is the most revealable spot, so I'm going to put you here. And just get info. I want to know what the guards do. CK should be safe behind the shelves. You're still hunting. You're still hunting. I want to wait and see what more of the guards do. Same for you. Again, I think you're safe where you are. These guys have already had their turn. You have a small chance of being scary, so I'm going to wait. I'm still behind these shelves. Okay, you did nothing. Cool. Rhino can now walk up and try to get the loot. I need 5 more kills. I want gold cubes, but I might just not play for it. Something is wrong. There's trespassers, so they're getting you know, moved up to highly suspicious as they keep sharing their sec AI status en route and then become suspicious. So the sec AI didn't tell you, but the guards sure did, which makes total sense. All right. I think you standing in here is fine. Let's try to put you in moderate cover, so we'll put you behind this wall. It'll make you harder to get seen overall. This guy's gonna be a little bit close, so I've got to make sure I can make the footsteps. Yeah, so let's see. You're at 8.7, so let's go out 1 to around here should be fine. Now I'm at 10, so I can actually make the exit, or make for the exit. Let's make sure you're not. Yep, you're not in the zone. You should be fine right there. At second point, I should signal grift in these corpses, and, like, if I was smarter, although I wouldn't have the AP for it, I would signal grift some of these corpses and block the timers, but at the end of the day... Ooh, you know what's scary, actually? If you get told by the AI, investigate this body, you're going to run right out here and see my guy. And you're probably going to be willing to shoot. So, I am definitely dropping the ball here a bit, and exposing myself more than I should be. There's no security incidents on this side of the map. Nice, another heavy rail dart. So this part is kind of chill, but I'm definitely leaving myself a bit exposed here, when I should probably be orienting a bit more around getting the kills. So orders received only on these two, thankfully. So they're not going to be able to catch me out in time. I think you are just going to go and grab this exit. I don't think I need you for anything more. I will, however... Oh, the escalation was rebooting the devices. Yeah, of course. Okay, well, let's turn this back off. And then I can just leave. I think... Yeah, let's delay, just in case something is weird, but... I think he's going to just evacuate. You hunt the wrong way. We take those. EX makes it no problem. Sounds good. It is a tactical surge turn, by the way, so we'll try to buff the team. Tactical surge hits the 3 that I care about. Perfect. This camera is still down for now, thanks to the hacker. This should be in range of the yellow key. Great. Let's go get some free loot. Not bad, not bad, not bad. You're hunting, don't care. You're on the way, but you're not close enough. You found another corpse. You're on the way up. You get this no problem, and then blue juice and some more drugs, sure. Yeah, these guys I think are completely fine to just evac. We're going to be okay with them. Because we're so close to the exit, I don't think I can get stabbed hard enough for it to matter. So these two are out. If we need to leverage that camera, we will. But otherwise, this is pretty much perfect movement. We'll have you grab that. The line crawler's bouncing around, kind of fun. Not bad. Let's go here. That might be a bit of a waste since the CK can maybe do other stuff, but nice. We got gold stacks as V-chip and a decent amount of files and things to sell. You're fine. Yep, they are hunting towards the bodies. Makes total sense. I'm very happy to see these guards actually move the full distance of the Sec AI dispatch. Definitely helpful. Alright, cool. I'm going to need to spend 2 AP for that no matter what. Oh, baby! This is the strongest sniper rifle in the game right now. This is one of the 2 strongest SMGs in the game right now. So what's funny is I just started the level 5 SMG in this line, the craft. This is, I would say, strictly better. Okay, it's not strictly better. Level 5 SMG has more range. This has substantially more damage and all the same benefits around, like, high-quality glancing hit, large magazine size, lots of bullets per shot, things like that. I'm going to leave you around just in case we need you for some reason. I don't think we should, but you never know. I'll leave you here just to be safe. En route. Heading to checkpoint. Okay, you're just patrolling. You're still hunting, but not finding anything. And I'm just going to buff your initiative and then get out. Okay, complete success. We got by the end of turn 11. We don't want to overstay. Underground swallows us up, and we will disappear. Yeah, highly successful mission. 42 minutes long. Cool. Total score. We snagged every part of the valuable file set. Well done. We can count on you to pull this off. Your wire ghost lined it up nicely for us. So we get a ton of XP thanks to Hype Booster. Big happy around that one. They also added a bonus XP from Blur's handling stat. That's really cool as well. And then, of course, because we got 440 XP from the mission, we got a ton feeding through the SimStream trainer. We got a crap ton of money because this just mission type pays a lot. Power level 5 also pays a lot. Matrix downloads were okay. These are fine. A couple legendary accounts is nice. This is probably, I'm going to guess this is around like 60k worth, roughly. And then we have, again, this will sell for like 90k. This will sell for 110. This will sell for like I have 2 of these, I think, right? Yeah. This will sell for like 120. This will sell for like 80 or something. So we'll go look at our haul, but we are just absurdly rich. We're going to go for Command HQ 4 relatively soon, so that we can get 5 safe house or 4 safe house tasks. We can spend our money more quickly and easily. We've got some cyberware being done. So I'm going to go ahead and compare. If we look at only weapons, and I say, hey, show me the powerful weapons that we have. So yeah, we go from the long sight to the Bokmok. The long sight does have more range, well, optimal range, but this doesn't really matter too much. It's pretty hard to get a 45-meter shot in the first place. But you can see a very, very large, like 20% damage increase, and you actually get 5 shots in the magazine, which is kind of wild. Noise is larger, yes. You need a better suppressor to handle this, but like, I'll take 20% more damage. Also, the crit damage goes from 134 to 140, so you get a little bit more from that as well. Kind of nice stuff. As we see, we're crafted the heavy automag. We can make the composite autolit. So the level 6 ballistic SMG gives you strictly more accuracy in all cases. Functional damage is clearly higher. Yes, it's 1 less damage per bullet, but 21 pure is... This is functionally 40% more damage, not counting accuracy, not counting bullet count. 40% more damage, yep. A bit less shred, sure. A bit less range, okay. And these can matter, don't get me wrong, right? but when I do 40% more damage, I'm usually going to pick that one. Yes, the reload magazine's a bit smaller. Sure, like, there's reasons to go for the heavy automag, don't get me wrong. But it's hard to say 40% more damage is not just better, compared to literally everything else you can see here. So that's pretty sweet. We've also got the Kaza Heavy Rail Dart. Compare that to the Autolit, it's going to be a little bit weird, but basically, so the Rail Dart is in blue. The big benefit is this line of weapons, and there's two more. There's one in the market, and there's two more that you can get for crafting recipes. You get a substantial increase in pure damage, and you get piercing. You get to block 10% cover, including obstructed. So the actual accuracy is another 10% higher. So 66 is really, well, situationally with cover, it's 76. Fewer bullets, but you don't always get 3 people in the full auto. The big thing is 24 more pure damage is better than this 23 more ballistic damage. So you literally get more damage per target with a better max range, or I guess not better max range, you get better optimal range. And so it's like, hey, compared to like a level 6 gun, this is like competitive as a level 4 gun, right? I'm getting like probably 15% more damage here. But again, there's downsides. The magazine is the same size, but the reload costs more. You don't get the rapid fire buff for the one hit there. So, but regardless of compared to like level 4 SMGs, oh yeah, this thing's pretty sick. And then not much else to bring up because that was the stuff that we had grabbed basically. At some point, we'll craft the level 6 SMG. That'll be really nice. It'll be enough where I'm going to be pretty willing to have my Agent EX go into an aim lock build and just wield double SMG and do a bunch of damage that way. That'll feel pretty good. Let's see. Let's do a basic CPU spike here because I think there's nothing else I'm going to really run. I guess we'll have the convos run, we'll have the surgery be done, and I'll run the CPU spike. I'll try to get some of my base elements up to go, but this trainer, of course, I don't want them to exit the trainer if I can help it. Oh, we got a bunch of training to do. Let me do that first. Okay. CK levels up. Talent limit lets me learn Downer. And so I only got plus range on Rewind, but I'm going to go for Downer here. And the reason is it's a nice combat talent. You can get a really, really large 18-meter area radius. You can get -6 initiative and 25 crit vuln and 10 evasion on the entire group. This is a really good damage modifier, ultimately. I just quite like it. I think it's pretty solid combat power. I think it's pretty fun overall. Blur levels up. We can finally get Insider Hustle, which allows us to trade tokens at the counter intel room for favors. Great. Hacker levels up. He's up to 15. Basically, the choices here are further bumping Scapegoat and moving towards Spoof. I can get Trunk Patch. It's fine. And I can get some more buffs here and make it stronger and get the charge. Ultimately, the total output here is a lot of Repair Connection, which is honestly pretty solid when you start hitting red and ultra to your hosts. So at some point we'll go here. The other option though is Zero Interrupt, which is functionally null op without killing them. As long as you don't retread the zone after a further turn, this stays down. But I think realistically what I really want to do is actually just make Scapegoat and Spoof better. This is a dead node, but when I can get 2 points, so level 17, I can block 2 escalations, and then with Rewind I can block 4. Which is pretty sweet. And in fact, if I wanted to, and I went into even higher Rewind, and I went to the charge here, I can get 6 uses of Spoof, and that just lets you just full clear a entire Matrix host, like no problem at all. EX gets some experience. We've already more or less capped out Smokescreen, don't need any more there. Line Crawler is done, don't want any more in Shuriken Wave. And so, what I want to go for, I think, I mean, I could Supremacy cooldown, that's kind of meh. I think the accuracy is fine. I think, you know what? Let's go here. Let's just bump all this stuff and make Supremacy stronger. It's not amazing, but I think it's fine. Rhino levels up. 25 stealth crit seems decent, but what I really care about is the talent limit increasing, so I can learn Empty Lung. Empty Lung lets you move without breaking Hit Streak and Nest, which is a very, very big deal. You can get it up to 4 move points. You can get the cooldown down to 2 turns. Which lets you get pretty far, so that when you get your random kill for fleeting, you can pop Empty Lung, move up with your spare move point or whatever, and be like, alright, I got my fleeting kill, I'm in my new nest spot, I'm ready to go for the next one. And I think it works out pretty well overall. Cadillac is doing whatever. Soldier has Recoup maxed out, so it's time for Savagery. We're going to go ahead and put the points in here and make that one pretty nice. And then my Cybersword has a point here as well. I forget what I was choosing to do here with this one. Oh yeah, we're going into Choppa. We're going to grab the plus charge, and then we'll get the cooldown afterwards. And then I might finish up on Preempt. I might go for Aegis. I might go into Whisper Kill. I'm not sure yet. I was considering repathing this, and I'm still not sure what I want to do. I'm at talent limit right now, so there's no way I can do this pathing, but at some point, I'll probably drop these two and go into here, and then at some point I can unlock Lightfoot as well. But that's going to be at level like 14 or something when I get another talent point. Another max talent, I should say. Okay, right, so let's see. Efficiency Grind is still waiting there on cooldown. Cocoa Spire is available, which means I should get that going. Let me sort my... nope, wrong one. Let me sort by influence. So you are waiting, you're an enemy. Okay, so there's basically 3 people, 2 people in queue, but I do want to get Origami Joe up here as well. I can't Cocoa Spire because his mission just ended, so you need to like a small cooldown. But I do want to get him in queue. I want to get him in line. Actually, let me check something. I don't care about your limit break, so I'm going to bump Joe ahead of you so that he's at 90 and he's second in line. And then as soon as he limit breaks, we can get the next thing going. So I'm going to look for blueprints. I'm going to say only show me weapons and weapon mods. I'm going to say only show me things that are epic and legendary. Let's sort by the weak ones so I can sell the bad ones first. And yeah, like things like these, especially ones that I have duplicates of, I'm pretty clearly just going to sell... oh. He doesn't... Wait, I could have sworn Joe would buy weapon mods. Am I griefing? Why does it not count? Where... I like how I... Oh, wait, I just screwed up my sorting. Yeah, he's here. He buys weapon and mod blueprints of any level. Okay, I'm really confused then. What happened here? I guess we'll just... Here, let's get rid of common and rares. Let's sort by Origami Joe as a buyer. And weird, he doesn't buy any weapon mods. Wait, I think it's a bug. Let me double check something else, which is... Yeah, okay, so... my gun runners no longer buy weapon mods. This seems like actually a real bug. Despite their traits, or their services, they buy weapon and weapon mods. My entire list is unavailable to Origami Joe and Diego. This is new behavior. I've definitely sold mods in the past. Okay, that's very weird. That's some kind of new bug. I don't know what caused it, but they'll fix it. We'll wait for the report to go through, and then I guess it just means we're gonna sell this stuff instead, which is fine. I'm not gonna use any more of these, so let's give Joe this, and let's put him up to 90 influence, so that he's second in line. Let's have some time tick down. Let's get our surgeries recovered from. This is due in 4 days, and being that it is a hardened target mission, one for combatants here, I am tempted to not bother going for the Matrix Snoop here and not bother running a hacker as a result. We can run Sprinkle here instead. I'm going to move people around. Actually, here, we'll leave it like this for now, because what I'm going to actually do is pop these missions, run this CPU spike. Jupiter Group thinks our new quantum network is vulnerable. Let's spike a CPU and show them how old and weak their network is. You get some more dialogue here. We've read it before, though. It's procedurally generated, so nothing too spicy here. Heavy automag is done eventually. It's fine. We'll hold on to it for a bit. Hacker is ready. Let's have these actually run. There you go. I have reliable intel on Brave Star and a rare chance to assassinate a VIP. I need you to take it. Tell me more. There are many power players in the Brave Star. Some are out in the world, while others prefer to stay hidden, out of sight, out of reach. Brave Star cowards stay in their damn castles, hiding away. It's rare that a lieutenant would stick their head out. So you got intel exactly on when this power player is stepping out into the open. For a very short second, yes, there's a chance to catch them on the way to a meeting. The pay is high because the chance is slim. The slimmest. Only you could pull this off. Diego has an assassination job. Will be paid to execute an important VIP before they can reach the security zone. So the devil capers are to be planned at the command HQ. That's great. That's wonderful. Looking forward to this one. It's got a red host here as well, which is going to be fun. You see the pay is quite nice for an assassination mission. Brave Star also, by the way, is going to be a relatively strong faction, so some spice there as well. They'll have pretty high quality stuff. We'll run this no problem as well. This is hardened target. This is VIP assassination. We'll run both. But before we do that, I'm going to run this solo CPU spike. And that'll be the last bit of this episode. We'll probably get the trainer upgraded and move some stuff around, but we'll do the assassination and the hardened target stuff next episode. One of the two, I guess. Actually, before I even do that, let me go and, not to field ops, but to the hacking station. I'm close to capped on tokens. Let's make this easier. 100 IO and 50 AP seems about right. Actually, let's just throw files in. I'm feeling comfortable. I will go for the IO, though, over the AP. I think that's generally more important. So we'll grab both. It is an orange host. And I can't buy a bunch of extra leverage here. You can't do Matrix Snoops on solo hacks. So upsell is here. Let's swap your loadout for Hackerman's. Great. You're holding on some sniper rifle stuff. The important thing, though, is you've got blue juice and turco juice to make the hack a little bit easier if needed. All right. Have fun, buddy. You know what to do. Jack in and get cutting. Alrighty, so 5 turns, as it is an orange host. CPU spikes give you more time based on how difficult the host is on a AI level. We're still stuck with relatively small hosts. I think this is still... So I'm going to label this as kind of a bug. Getting small matrix hosts even pretty late into the game. This CPU spike was generated at PL5+, and with difficulty settings is a PL8 mission. I feel like I should be seeing bigger hosts than this by now. Yeah, I think there is a bug here. I'm going to go with actually medium because I think it's actually truly gameplay impacting. They did some changes a few months ago around host formulation and like tagging things to be the right size. And my feeling is that the grouping of small hosts is like remaining in the pool for far too long. And I basically only ever see small hosts when I do these kind of hacks. I don't know if it's like a numbers thing or what, but something is kind of not quite matching my expectations here. I'm going to actually not load hard shell anymore because I don't really need the shield anymore. I'm going to have things like decoy here to make it easier. So I'm going to go up the right. It doesn't really matter which way I go, but we're just going to choose to go to the right. Damage to connection, matrix AP. Connection I think is more important. I think AP is not hard to have enough of. I have no active leverage to hit. Okay, 2 passive and active, that's chill. Connection, AP, connection has to go in that order yet again. We found the CPU already via the fact that it's clearly here. Should not need turco juice as null op should one-shot it and there will not be any ice reactions. Scapegoat blocked every single bit of that tally. And Spoof blocked the first escalation. So we're going to basically go down to exactly 0. No ice or fireball is going to slow me down. CPU's been spiked. Virus deployed. Let's get you out of there. And of course, I'm going to stay around for extra loot here. So let's load sleaze and keep going. AP and connection. We see 2 traps that are active. That's fine. Download, and any action. Well, I know how that's going to go. 5 per action kind of sucks. Can't do much about that one. Scan, 1 active, 1 passive. I would like to not load things where it's 5 per tick. I have to go for 1 here, unfortunately, but I don't want to do any more than that if I can help it. Hit me. Network endpoint. Thankfully, that one's really chill and does nothing. We have enough stuff here that we can clear this out, no problem. Downloads here as well. Alright, this is going to be kind of annoying. Take any action, restarts all ice. Now that will pop before anything else happens. Just won't do anything. But I don't really want to get... Let's see. This is cause stress, which is going to be a little annoying. This is just some damage that I can tank with Deck Shield. So, pop this. Ice pops, does nothing. Take you down, a little bit of damage. Take you down, we're chill. Program loading matters actually, because I need to load scan at some point. So we'll get here. Actually, I'm going to deliver this as a... so, let's call it a... I don't know if it's actually a bug. Let's see, what's the ice actually called? Tripwire ice. Cool. This ice says it restarts all ice when I take any action. As a result, it wakes up exactly 0 ice and is thus useless when I take any action. There may be other versions that have other triggers, but I run into this one the most often, and it's just kind of useless. Alright, not necessarily a bug, but it's fine. We'll wait for the report to go through, we'll end our turn, and then we'll move on. Alright, cool. End action for a turn. Alright, I don't care about you still, so we grab scan, we scan up here, and now we know what we have to deal with, which is this stuff. Damage cyber deck in the action. Yeah, I'm running a bit low on deck shields, so let's do it in this order. Block download access. Scan. There is, in fact, the trap here, by the way. If you load a program, okay, gotta be careful about this one. Then I have to take it down because I need this stuff here. 1 per action makes a really easy spot to load programs in, which is nice. We get some decent downloads here, and then we walk forward. A little bit of damage. I'm fine, though. Download access disabled. Load a program. Okay. Don't load any programs. Got it. Take our downloads, and we are good. We cleared out 3 sets of downloads. There was some stuff here as well. Mission complete. Disconnect. Plenty of time to spare. At the end of the day, like, smaller hosts like this just are pretty efficient to get through. There are a lot more host layouts out there. Some of them are really gnarly. There's a bunch of gates that do things like, oh, you walked into here, you can't leave until you spike this gate. And so you better have attack programs or a nuke or a lot of charges of null op. And so a host like this, where it's like there's 1 CPU and like 1 SPU, and it's like I could just null op these and move on. It's really chill. It's really easy. No big deal. Haha, it's fine. You run into those access gates and you're like, oh, there's a CPU. There's like 3 access gates. There's like a sluice that like it's a one-way movement, and it just gets like spicier. But right now the game is not really throwing the big hosts at you, and so it's kind of just chill. Mission complete, no problem. We get a bit more from Blur, thank you very much. Overall, though, decently fine. Nothing too spicy going on. All right, that is done. And so SimStream Tanner is done in 12 hours. I believe if I move time forward, this will finish and it'll be fine. Yep, cool. 6 hours is totally okay. Detox is open, of course. These missions are lined up and ready to go relatively soon. Probably go here first for the hardened target, then I'll go for the VIP one. I think, if I go to the VIP one, well, I guess I want my hacker on both, to be honest, because I want my free loot. Although, really want hacker here to show off a, I'm blanking, a red host. A little bit more interesting there, ultimately. And then this one, I mean, I could hack for loot, but we're already hitting endgame blueprints, so I don't need that many more. We have an open task, though, and I still can't bump this until... Oh no, I can bump power wires, and then when this is done, I can do more. Yeah, so that's happening. Can't do level 5 cooling just yet. In fact, I'm actually already capped on tokens, so here, I'm gonna generate a Chrome difficulty CPU hack. And what that means basically, so here we go, our deep scans turn up another vulnerable Matrix host. If we hit it, we could scrape some major pay data off it before they have a chance to shut us down. A quick hit on the Matrix could be the boost in revenue we need right now. So you do the gravity deal. So I'm going to show it off because... And actually, I'm going to spend a token to remove heat as well, because heat lowers stress resist, and stress is a very real thing. So, just kidding, there's more to do. Because what I want to do, actually, other thoughts here as well, by the way, is, and they added some art here, I might want to buy a high-level cyber deck, even though it's not that much better than what we've got right now. You can see here that, oh, it's funny, it shows health, which doesn't do anything. But yeah, same armor, 10 more action points, 60 more IO, 200 more active memory. And if there are level 9 programs, you can run them. Don't have this right now, but theoretically. This is a small upgrade to the Jupiter Victus. I think this is not worth it until you're swimming in money, but at this point you might be swimming in money. Let me double check that there's no file sets to print. We can go make our gang beams. That seems fine. We can make patient dossiers. Let me try to put legendaries in to make more money. I guess there's some epics. Good enough. Combat library. That's slightly better. West Side gang memes, legendary, and we'll do both legendary so it's guaranteed, and then we'll go again, make it guaranteed epic, and the last one, guaranteed crappy. Wow, I can just, cool. That's a lot of money. Cool stuff. Let's go with not used by a set, and anything have a use action? Oh, interesting. Wait, I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, neat. I didn't know this had a use action. Hang on, I'm going to save this because I have no idea what comes out of this. This is new to me. I have never seen this get crafted before. Not used by a set. Use file. So what does the Matrix Security Debrief even do? I guess it's a mission, sure. Vulnerable host. Okay, so similar stuff here, but I'm very curious what's in it. We have this one as well, which, sure, we'll just generate a whole bunch of these. Alright, we have a ton of Matrix missions, because why not? I forget which one came from where. It doesn't really matter. Let's just go and see if these are worthwhile. This will be really quick. They're going to be pretty much back-to-back. I don't remember which one happened when, so we're just going to run them in order, and we'll end recording whenever we're done. These are all just basically Matrix-only raids for us. You know what? Screw it. I'm running these back-to-back-to-back. Let's buy the cyber deck. Let's buy the big cyber deck. Sort by powerful. I'm going to use you. Purchase 1.8 million. It's expensive. Is what it is. Hacker, manage deck. You need to unload all your good programs. That's all of these. Great. We're going to change our deck. We're going to run the better one. We're going to reinstall our programs here. Move these all down to the bottom. Let's move scan up. Let's move attack down a bit. And so we have upgraded programs. We've got stuff here. This is our cyber deck. It's as good as it gets. There is still stuff we can get. We could actually get a better Matrix Link. You can get Matrix Link 2, which is slightly stronger. You get +1 tech. You get to repair some connection. You get 5 Matrix action points. That's it, really. It's not worth it, I don't think, but it's there. Right, here's his new intrinsic trait, by the way. He's got some Matrix damage, he's got some Cyberdeck armor, and he has plus HP, which means now he doesn't take stress from laser gates innately. Definitely more powerful. Anyway, it's time for our guy to run back-to-back-to-back Matrix missions. Nothing special going on here. Yep, he's got level 6 Cyberdeck. Here's our guy. He's got some drugs. Let's go. Terminal has the Matrix cords plugged in for the target Matrix relay, ready to seal some pay data. After you download whatever your pay data you can, head for the exit, get out of there, someone will pick you up. Great. Alrighty, let's do what we can. We only have 3 turns. And is this a big host? No, okay, another small one. So it's probably, this is probably the one that came from the vulnerable file sets one. I shouldn't have loaded hard shell. Too late now. Load all the things. A lot of AP though. No, I could have bought leverage. Well, not actually, because I didn't have stuff. Let's see, if it's a yellow host, I don't care about escalations that much. I'm going to preserve, well, it doesn't matter. I can burn AP because I'm not going to run out of AP in a host this small. Connection, then AP, then tally. Let's start by going to the right. Don't know why, I'm just going to choose it. Damage to connection. Okay, no aggressive traps. Scan for the neighbors. Load a program. Got it. Gotta be careful about that one. Download access. Take our downloads. I'm not going to bother killing this because I'm going to go here. And this passive ice will always be block download access, so I'm not going to bother. Damage to connection. Okay. Scan for traps. If you exit, well, I've got to kill it at some point. Just kill it now. It's fine. -1 HP, not a big deal. There's some downloads. Great. Let's come here. I have 10 AP left. Let's go ahead and see what's over here. Nothing. Unload on any actions, kind of annoying. Well, oh. Okay, I'm just gonna null out this. I don't care. That was annoying enough. I don't want to deal with it. I need to get rid of active ice on this node, so I'm going to load deception. Turn 1 is complete. Scan is not useful. There's never traps in access nodes, so I'm going to end my first turn. And it's nice. The extra IO and AP I got from my better deck did get me a bit farther. Escalations aren't too scary yet. Tally, connection. Okay, we'll keep going connection first. 2 HP is not a big deal. Tally. Program loading might not be needed. Looks like we found the CPU. Let's go there. I've never said kill CPU. There's nothing there for me. There's only traps down here. So yeah, CPU should be ignored because there's no reason to spike it. There's no upside. It's a loot hack. So let's move here. Scan for the traps. It is exit, load a program, and download access. Well, all we're going to do is grab 3. And that's it. We got our 3 sets of downloads. We checked here. Nothing was there. CPU is not important at all. Disconnect. And we got as much pay data as possible. Cool. So, took a couple of minutes. You can walk right now. You got everything. Yep, understood. Extract. Downloaded and stored. Done what I signed up to do. Stolen everything I can. Cool. Alright, well, first one's done. A little bit of XP. We got mostly just files and accounts, so we can improve Wire Ghost. In fact, before I even go and do more, I should, in fact, start selling a bunch of these things. It's going to sell the commons and rares. They have no other value than being sold. But these are going to go to Jacob because I want him to limit break into better utility programs. And so there, you're in line for a limit break. Congratulations. These guys are stuck in the trainer. It's fine. Nothing else is going to happen to them. We'll have to basically not advance time forward at all if we want to make this all work the way we want it to, but it's fine. If his grind is still up, I really should use this token on something. Here, let's just... We've added a token. Who cares? Let's see. Which one has the... If you have an orange host, I'm going to make you have the slightly better stuff here. I'm going to give you 100 IO on it so that the mission could be maybe slightly easier. Either way, that's that. And yeah, let's go down the line. Let's do our next Matrix host. Prep a merc for a deploy. You've got drugs. You're ready to go. And any new dialogue or the same stuff? The data streams won't wait. Alright, we have 7 turns for it now, so that's kind of fun. We have a lot of time. This might be the Chrome one. Yeah, so there we go. This is what you're supposed to look. This is what you're supposed to see, okay? This is what endgame host is supposed to look like, which is a lot of nodes that you... I mean, with 7 turns, I can get through it all. I keep loading that on accident. I don't need it. But yeah, now I can't just get carried by null op clearing everything for me. That's just not possible anymore. So we're going to get several escalations at some point. Still going to preserve connection health. Connection use, of course, must be taken down. And so here's the first real choice, right? Can I null op or not here? Well, damage to cyberdeck any action is fine. I have some deck armor. This one is chill. So I've got to get rid of unload. And thankfully, the traps aren't scary. But I don't want to keep losing deck shield, so I will hit deception here. Let's scan for nearby neighbors. Okay, we find download an account, restarts all ice. Clearly not okay. Must get rid of you. Program loading blocking is a problem. I'm gonna drop you now, so I can load deception in case an escalation. Actually, it won't happen no matter what. But it's like in case an escalation was gonna do weird stuff to me. Okay, I would need this here, otherwise I get stuck and I have to burn null off after all. So as long as there's no escalation to wake up all ice, this will stay dead. But if it gets woken up, I'll be very sad and I'll have to null op it or something. Now, what does the least backtracking? I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ish. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about the same. I'm gonna go down instead. No, I think this is better. I think going up is better in terms of less backtracking. I'm not sure. It's like 1 off at most, but that's what I believe to be true. Got to do all these in the right order. Okay, there's certainly traps here, which is going to be annoying. I don't need to sleaze yet, but it's 2 per action, so it's kind of fine to load right now. What do we have here? Unload on action. 5 tallies, not horrible. Okay, our traps are not spicy. That's good news. Deception you as well. Scan for traps. The traps are... if you load a program, and if you load a program. Now I scan again. I find a pretty dead node. That's good. I can walk here. And then now I'm safe to like load programs again. Now worth noting that I have no IO right now. And I can at least knock stuff down here, but it's getting a little bit annoying. So tally, program loading might not matter. Okay, I can actually walk here. Okay, here's the annoying one. I would love to have enough IO to like load and use scan and make progress, but that's not really going to be realistic. So I'm going to have to walk back here. Again, I wish I had IO, but I don't. Again, endgame hacking ends up being IO starved, even with Neurotoner 2 and level 6 Cyberdeck, you still run into this a little bit. That's fine, it's kind of expected, but turns out like I didn't really need Sleaze 2, and you know, maybe other stuff could have been done, but can't end my turn on an incinerator, so let's walk over here. I'm wasting 20 action points. It is what it is. I'm going to end my turn. Nothing else to do. Okay. Don't worry about those don't matter at all. Let me go ahead and reload decoy. Let's load deception. Let's load scan. Come down here. We get a little bit of connection damage. It's fine. Okay, I get scanned and moved. Access gate needs to be null opt. Here we go. All right, so there's stuff here that I don't know what's there overall, but like clearly this stuff matters. So I'll have to come back at some point, but for now I'm here. So let's go here because it's much less backtracking. Deception you. Okay, we got to get rid of both of these. So we'll drop you, then drop you. Woke up more ice. That's annoying. If you use a program, get fucked. Yep, understood. Drop you, drop you. Lost a lot of health, by the way. I'm down to 38. If you download a blueprint, get relocated. Okay, need disarm, drop you. And we can see now that the hosts get a little bit scarier when you start getting good escalations and whatnot. The Klinger Floki Reloader, that's new for me. Cool stuff though. Scan 1 of 2, scan 2 of 2. Alright. Well, we have enough to deal with whatever's here. Damage to connection. Traps aren't scary yet. Loaded program is the only trap, that's fine. Download access, a little bit of damage, we're okay though. Okay, we can start moving back up again. Again, we need to not load programs here. These are all disabled. 3 per action, but I think this might be easier. Yeah, 2 per action. So a load deception here. We can scan from the outside because there's an escalation earlier. Exit loaded program and any action. Okay, well the choice here is obvious. Scan for the neighbors. Can't bypass you entirely, but I want to go here. On exit matters, of course. I'm not going to load any programs though, and I can walk here, no problem. Ow. Taking a lot of damage escalation, but it's fine for now. Damage to connection. Okay, a lot of stuff here. Any action steals AP. Now this is 10 tally per action. This is just 10 connection every single time. So some traps have innate persistent effects here, like 10 tally per action. So this just stays up. So question is, do I care about tally or connection health more? I'm pretty sure tally is still less punishing than connection, so I'm going to go this, then this. I need to scan for more traps. There aren't. I'm going to load disarm before I move. Actually, 6 per action really sucks. I would like to leave this unchanged if possible, although I know I have to take disarm at some point. We're going to escalate at some point. It's going to suck. It's just a very, very like annoying, deadly node with a lot of stuff going on. We get to at least... I get to at least walk out, but I'm still going to get an escalation here. 1 damage is not too horrible. Connection health, okay. Looks like the traps aren't too scary. The traps are load a program, which I can't skip, unfortunately. I'm going to knock you both down and load programs right now. I'm out of IO, which is okay for this second. I'm out of AP as well. Now, do I want to print AP for a little bit? I think the answer is yes. This is a good time for blue juice. Because ultimately, I can knock this down every time, and I can knock this down every time. I have enough programs. Well, that's not true. I can't knock all this down, but I can knock some of it. And so I use blue juice. I can take a download. I can go to this, and I can make a little bit more progress. So I take my download. I walk here. Connection health getting kind of bad. Gotta be careful about that one. Let's see. If I hit both these in this order, I can still leave. Because it's going to cost me... This is going to cost me 12, and I'll have 2 AP to leave with. So, 1, 2... I have to leave anyway. Walk there. Now, I'm going to lose 11 connection health, or 12 from overclock next turn. Which means next time an escalation is damage your connection, I'm going to be in a really, really bad spot. Realistically, that means I should have even done this. I should have hopped out sooner. I should have taken my download and then left. But really, with my stuff timing out and the way it is, I am going to need to reconnect, get my connection health back, and keep going. So that's turn 2 done. We're going to end right here. Okay. We're going to come back in. And of course, now I'm missing several of my things, right? I don't have overclock available anymore. So I'm going to be relying on my sort of innately, decently high Matrix IO. And that's all I've kind of got. So it's going to load disarm. I'm going to run across the map. I can't scan from outside still. If you use a program relocate, it has already happened. So we reveal and we say, hey, don't load a program, prevent download access. That's fine. We woke up 1 ice. What is it? You are sleeping if you load a program. If you use a program, relocates hacker. That's still alive. Doesn't matter. Don't load any programs. Got it. Scan. We find pretty normal stuff down here. Not going to load any programs. We got it. Scan. What do we get? Okay. Drop you. We get moved all the way back around. Sucks to suck, but it's better to path than disconnect and reconnect, because you run out of AP if you disconnect the same turn you reconnected. Connection health seems fine compared to AP. I'm going to go in this order. And yeah, getting tossed around does hurt, because guess what? Escalation. Was it bad? Thankfully, no. Use a program, steal AP is gone. Scan again. Okay. We found another trap, which is load a program, use a program, prevent download access, scan again. CPU is, I guess, here, because it's nowhere else. Need no lot for all that. But I guess if this is CPU and this is the access gate, I only care about this. So, load a program, use a program, download access. Well, actually, I need to load a program to drop the download access. So I have to disarm. Oh, I'm out of IO already. Oh, ew. Okay, the best I've got then is going here and still making some progress. Or I can just use null op. And that's probably better, actually. I'm just going to null op some stuff. Get some downloads. Again, I'm going to skip these two because, right, clearly this must be the CPU, which means this doesn't have downloads, which means I'm going to walk here. I'm going to null op without reading. Take my downloads. And I just barely finished this host in 3 turns. On, it's not quite full endgame. There's still a lot of talents I could learn. But I have the best programs I can... Well, not quite, but I have pretty much the best programs I can get. And I have the best cyber deck I can get. So, good job. You did it. Turn 3. End the turn. And then off we go. Pretty solid stuff. Paid it in the bin. Download complete. Got everything I can. Alright, one more, and then we are good. And you can see, with a large host, you get a lot more stuff. We still only got a little bit of blueprints here, which is unfortunate, but we still got a lot of accounts. We still got a good number of files. Overall, no big complaints here. They're still in the trainer. We can run these missions, no problem. This is, of course, done. With the nanoscrubber being ready to upgrade, I think having them exit the trainer and starting the base is actually more important here. So I'm going to let time... I'm going to safety save. I don't need to, but I'm going to anyway. Let time tick forward. There we go. Scrubber is done, which means I can make some upgrades, such as the cold storage. Costs a clean 1,000,000, but still worth doing. Underworld Hub, I would need cooling 4. Sure. It's fine for me. There might have been better choices available, but I don't care enough. We have some new file sets we can mint. Look for high quality things to throw in. Alright, seems good enough. Everything with use action has been gotten, so... we will wait on these later. I don't need them right now. I don't need the money or anything, so we're just going to go ahead and do the final hack. Yeah, Field Ops is where it is. Hack Station is where it is. No big deal. It is time for the Quantum Stick-Up. Let's go make some raids against Chemco. We get bonus IO for it because we have an orange host. Slightly harder to deal with. Let's rock. You know what to do. Great. Turn 5, not bad. And what we've got here is a nice, solid medium-sized Matrix host here, which I just think makes... I keep loading hard shell. I guess to be fair, though, I'm not pretty much ever AP starved, so it doesn't matter too much. So what is the least backtracking? I think going down is less backtracking. Maybe I'm wrong, but who cares? Again, I think connection health is a bigger scare here. Triple passive ice means I don't probably need to load sleeves, but oh well. AP. Scan for neighbors. Alright. Well, I will need to drop this at some point, so yeah. We'll go connection use, but I've already got this, so I'm not going to bother program loading. I'm just going to go here. Scan. What do we see? Download, download, download. Got it. Well, easy choices to make there. Anything to load? I need to load active ice for this thing. Let's see, how scary are you? Damage to the deck on any action. Okay, this is annoying enough that it's like a pretty clear null op for me. Great, they're all gone. We get a... I'm going to assume this is actually a scope, not a weapon. But I'm not 100% sure. We've still got all the tools for this guy, so let's go ahead and check. Damage to cyber... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go AP. That's fine. Then tally. Don't need program loading yet. I'm going to choose to keep going this way, though, without going all the way through. So let's go back. A little bit of damage, it's fine. This has already been popped, so I don't care anymore. Damage to cyber deck any action. I have 27 shield. But I'm, like, going to be weird on AP anyway, so let's take you down. Let's take you down. Actually, let's scan first. Are there more traps? No. With my 5 AP left, I can take 1 download, and I'll grab the rest next turn. Nothing matters there. Let's see. So, yep, download, download, and then let's move up. Okay, so we have 2 active disruption, which is enough. We need passive disruption, though, which is here. All right, let's see what we can get. Damage to the cyber deck and hacker is not a big deal with how much shield I have, so we'll start here. Drop you. Scan for a trap. Load a program, steals AP. Okay, gotta be careful about that one. And program loading is illegal. Yeah, okay, these all matter actually. So I've got to drop both of them. And then with these all gone, we got to load stuff back up. Take our download. A little bit of deck damage, not a big deal. Let's go here. Damage to cyber deck is not hugely scary, but nothing else really matters there. Load a program, download access, got it. Don't load any programs. I lose decoy, not the end of the world. This is all still blocked off, so I can load decoy where I am. Go here, scan, get moved, not a big deal. Come back to where we came, scan again. Oh, found the CPU. Okay, well, pretty clearly worth. Spiked, great. We get a bit of info around what's going on. What's interesting is this node must be cleared no matter what. I have no idea if this node is any good or not. So like these nodes have to be cleared no matter what. And I can either, like, I don't know if this node is useless. But like one of these nodes is bound to be useless, and this node is like functionally also useless, right? It's like, is this pathing better? Or is this pathing better? Because this might have something on it, in which case we always want to go through the bottom. But yeah, the annoyance is like, I have to go through a dead node no matter what I do, so... Oh well, is what it is. We have to go through garbage nodes. Let's go connection, then AP, then tally. I don't know why I scanned it was useless. I need active disruption here. I don't need passive disruption right now. Yep, it's fine. So let's go AP, then tally. I have to reload, get rid of you. And what are you? You're useless. Okay, darn. So I could have maybe looped that way and it would have been a big difference. But regardless, I'll clean this up at some point. But I'm already here, so let's clean this stuff out first. AP. Oh, neat. Thanks, game. What do we have here? If you use a program with... Oh, shoot. I didn't load disarm. Okay, let's just null up this because this is going to suck to deal with otherwise. Great. We take our downloads. We get put here. That's fine. End action. I have enough connection health. We're going to run over here and finish up. So, end action. That is turn 2 done. Let's move. Let's go here. What have to load? Probably anti-trap. Everything else looks fine. Tally on any action. Yep. Losing some health on my guy, but he's fine. Double passive here is fine. AP cost and connection use. Have to load something here, so let's load sleaze. Great. Download access, download, and load. Okay, don't load anything. Got it. Heavy automag. Cool. Yep, cool. Let's go back. Metacloud, scan, and useless. Okay, so that is the hack done. Sec level 14, and this is what, you know, medium to large hosts can look like. No really spicy nodes here, but you also get... Okay, I guess there's really only 4 download sets, but you got to see it was definitely a more involved experience overall. Anyway, I'm glad I have enough loot. Let's get out. All your files are belong to us. That's what it's time to do. Sold everything I can. Alright. Oh, solo hacks are done. Hacker gets some decent XP. Yep, we got a... Let's see what that actually is. I don't even know what that one does specifically. Blueprints. Let's sort by newest. And... yeah, so we got a nice level 3 pistol barrel. There's our Neo Razor. This is a pistol body mod that gives plus reload. I believe this can literally only work on directly pistols because revolvers can't get more ammo and SMGs share with ARs and UARs. This is purely only for basic pistols. But here is this one. It is indeed a sniper scope with some solid crit damage and solid accuracy. I don't know if it's the best one that exists, but it certainly looks decent. If we say, hey, only show me weapon mods, and we sort by powerful and rare, it'd be hard to tell what else is available, so I'm not going to bother. Let's just not. Okay, that is the hacking all done. We at least got to look at more interesting hacking tasks, which is cool. These missions are all due in 0 hours, so we've got to run them next. Next episode will be running one of the 2. I don't actually know which one I'd rather run for first. I'll figure it out off camera. It doesn't really matter too much. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.